Come in.
Alex?
Hey.
Hey, I'm Jack. How's it going?
Nice to meet you.
I'm the Fastenal rep.
All right. You want to see?
Nice, man. How's it going today?
Good. How are you?
Doing very well. I'm getting through the week. You know how it goes.
Right.
So James Scott, the guy who told me to set up this meeting, told me you're really into racing.
Yeah.
So tell me about racing. Like, how'd you get into that, and like, where do you do that?
We actually do some drift racing. Yeah. It was just a hobby that I picked up kind of through college, and then
Cool.
when I actually started making some money, I could actually afford to do it. So,
Right.
So yeah, just something I kind of just do on the weekends. There's a small, like, competitive little circuit right local.
So how do you win in a drift race?
It's all judged on the curves, and you just
Okay.
how you hit it. Yeah.
And the screech.
Yep.
Okay, cool. So you're kind of an adrenaline junkie?
A little bit, yeah.
Sure. The only way I get my adrenaline is from gambling. I like to play poker.
Okay.
I like to, gauge the table, get a nice read for everybody,
Right.
just play it through.
Yeah. Well, drifting is kind of like a little bit of a gamble, right?
Yeah, very true, very
Yeah.
true. All right, so I guess we'll just get right into it. Are you familiar with Fastenal?
You guys are local. I think we've gone to your shop a couple times to grab some stuff. We don't really primarily use you, but yeah, I mean, a couple of my guys have been to your shop, so yeah.
Cool. So I hear that you guys have been having some stockouts because when you guys come to my shop, I've worked with James and some other guys in your shop. Usually, it's like kind of a scramble to get some new stuff. How often do you deal with stockouts?
I'd say like a couple times a week. I'm probably sending guys out to grab stuff locally, whether it's you guys or Lowe's or wherever it be.
Right, and does that weigh on your operations daily, or I guess weekly?
A little bit, yeah. I mean, those guys that I'm sending out, it's usually whoever's available. So sometimes it's guys on the assembly line as we're kind of making these cabinets and stuff like that. So yeah, it puts a little bit of a halt in the production.
Right, and that probably slows down the other people while they're waiting for the new materials.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So since these stockouts are happening, how often are you replenishing your inventory?
So I'm responsible for purchasing all the stock that we have in our cage area, and so I try and get an order placed. I go into the cage hopefully every day and check the stock, and then I place the order once a day. Don't always get to it, kind of get busy sometimes with the production.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, my goal is to try and get in there every day and make an order.
What's your role in the production?
Well, I'm just the purchasing manager, so I have to kind of go on the floor and then discuss with the production manager to see if there's any outstanding needs for the line, and then I also go into the cage area to check the stocks.
Right, and so that uses a lot of your time up. How many hours a week do you think you spend, managing inventory, ordering, stuff like that?
Oh gosh, I mean, I think it's, actually managing that cage and what goes into it's probably at least, 50% of my day. The other thing is kind of processing paperwork and POs and all that stuff. But yeah, I mean, I think handling that stock area, because it's a lot of stuff that goes into the production. So.
Right. When you say the cage, it kind of sounds like you dread it. Like, how is it disorganized in there, or what's the big issue?
Everything's labeled up and pretty much organized. It's and then there's a sign-out sheet that the employees have. The cage is supposed to be locked, but we kind of keep it open because we're moving so fast because the business has picked up so much. So the guys go in there, they grab what they need, and they take out. They're supposed to sign it out. They don't always do that, which is why I kind of go in there daily to double check and just make sure that we're not missing what we should be missing.
Does that cause problems that people aren't signing out the gear they use?
Yeah, I mean, we've had those talks with employees, trying to get them to understand the importance, because if I can just look at the numbers and not go in there and check it myself, then it would help me in placing those orders more quickly every day. But
Right.
But yeah, I mean, it can be challenging at times.
Right, and that can kind of be a two-headed beast. It could be accountability, and it could also be just overuse.
Yeah.
You don't know who's doing it. I mean, it's not even that it's something malfeasant. It's just kind of one employee might use a little bit more than another.
Right.
And if you could figure out who it was, maybe they can just have a discussion and save some money.
Yeah.
So that's a place where Fastenal might be able to show you some value.
Okay.
The product that I think would be good for you is called our Fast 5000. Do you know what that is?
No, I don't.
So it's essentially a vending machine, and it just dispenses, your safety gear and your MROs, and every employee will get a card. So they'll have to scan the card, and you'll know like what they take out. Obviously, you're gonna know what job they're on because I'm sure you have your information systems. And so if you have one guy who uses 2 sanding belts for one job, and you have one guy who uses 1, you can get them together, and they can discuss, and then you can save money on everything you use.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And so, what is best for you? I heard you say you use 50% of your week, 20 man hours a week, managing inventory and ordering. That can be reduced to 0 because Fastenal actually comes in. Your local rep will come in at least weekly and replenish everything that's in the vending machine, and then also we'll get alerts at like a minimum level and then a critical level. So if you only have 5 pairs of gloves, we'll get like a little yellow alert. But then when you get down to 2 or 3, there's alarm bells ringing in our local shop. We're 15 minutes away and we'll be right there.
Okay.
Does that sound like something that could add value to your operations?
Yeah. I mean, it sounds like that would manage it for me a good bit. Are there like costs involved with the machine or?
Yeah, there are costs. It's actually very minuscule. So the cost is a $40 per month software licensing fee.
Okay.
We provide the machine ourselves, so you don't have to pay anything for the machine.
Okay.
The only, I guess, big ticket thing is that we have to fill the machine initially.
Mm-hmm.
So depending on how many coils and what you want to be in the machine, it'll vary from like $2,000 to $4,000 just to fill it initially. But your employees, according to the data I have, already spend $4,000 a month in my shop. So I think that won't be much of an issue.
Okay. So you're saying that you guys fill it weekly, and is there like, how can I keep track of like who's taking what?
So like I said, they get a card, right?
Okay.
And so when they scan the card, it'll dispense something, and then it'll send to that's what the software licensing fee is for.
Oh, okay.
It sends to our own database, and then you have access, so you can see, a weekly report. You can look at it every day. It
Okay.
updates live. So as soon as someone uses something, immediately you know who done it and how much they're using.
Okay. Yeah, I mean that sounds. Are there different style machine? Like, cause we have some like big items that are in the cage. Like, you say it was a coil machine or?
Right. So there's coil machines, but we actually custom make every machine. So since we're a national company, we have like a factory that makes these things.
Okay.
And so we can do custom anything. We have this giant box, and then we can have over here like little things like gloves, hammers. You can have buffers over here. You can have giant things.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I mean that sounds like it definitely help. So I can see the reporting on my side, and then and you guys fill it weekly. What about pricing? How do you guys compare? Or my one concern is sometimes when my guys go to your shop, I mean the pricing is a little higher than what I pay for online.
Right. So Fastenal actually prides itself on very high quality instruments that we provide, and especially with the machine, we reduce consumption on average 25 to 35%. So the little extra, 20% more that you're paying is definitely made up for by the fact that it's, first of all, a superior product, but then also you're saving that money right back in the consumption by using the machine.
Okay.
And also, if it actually presents a problem to you, the price, first of all, you can call me at your local store and I can bring it up the chain. Or also, you don't have to use Fastenal for everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
You just have to maintain the monthly $2,000 minimum, which you're already far surpassing. So if you, for example, want to get hammers somewhere else, you don't have to have hammers in your machine. You can just go get hammers at Home Depot if that's what suits you.
Okay.
So it's very customized and just tailored exactly to your needs.
Okay. Is it like a contract or
Yeah.
to get to that going or?
Yeah, there's a contract. Just need your signature right here, and we'll get it in the works.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just write down here.
Yep.
Okay. I guess we can discuss. I can and take you the cage, you know,
Yes.
in the coming week, and we can kind of look at what we have in stock, and you can kind of price that all out for me and get the list going for the machine. Right?
Absolutely. When would you like me to come by?
I'll be free same time next week if you want to stop by.
Perfect, man.
All right.
All right.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
Have a good one.